On any given night, you can merrily stroll down Main Street in Buffalo for a new show or a theatrical production. Our next guests are here with details on Second Generation Theater's current show, Merrily, We Roll Along. Welcome, Alex and Michael. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, for those who aren't familiar with the show, can you start off by telling us about it?
Yes, so Merrily We Roll Along is written by Stephen Sondheim, who wrote Into the Woods and Sweeney Todd, which people may be familiar with. It follows the story of three friends, Mary played by Alex, Frank and Charlie, but it goes in reverse. So it starts 20 years into their friendship when things might not be so great between everybody, maybe some people aren't speaking, and as the show goes on, we see sort of where those cracks form, and where we get to the end, we sort of see the moment that they meet each other, and so you're able to sort of reflect on friendships that you have in your life over that sort of long period of time.
I love that. We see a lot of shows about love stories and not a lot about friendships, which are, for a lot of us, it's a big part of our lives.
Absolutely.
Alex, do you want to tell us about your character, Mary?
Yes, she is. I love playing Mary. She's so silly. She's fun. She is with these two guys, has this really great friendship with them, but you sort of, like Michael was saying, you see the cracks, you start to see where things sort of go off the rails. I love playing Mary because she's very headstrong. She's very bright. She knows a lot, but she's also willing to take a step back and let other people shine and it's, I kind of feel very akin to her. I kind of feel very much so the same. So she's a lovely woman to play.
Okay.
Love her.
A lovely woman. We like her. And Michael, obviously, you're the director of the show. So tell us about how it's been working with this cast and the crew, making your vision come to life.
It's been such a dream over the past month. This has been a passion project of mine for about a decade. And so when Second Generation said that they wanted to produce it, it was a sort of a perfect marriage for me to come on board. We have a cast of 15 and a backstage crew and design staff, and they've really done a beautiful job at taking a show that can be quite big, and it still is quite massive, and it's a big musical, but we've fitted into the beautiful space at the Shea Theater, and we get the level of intimacy that comes with that, but it's still a big old musical with all sorts of song and dance.
Sure is.
Speaking of song and dance, what type of music can we expect to hear?
You kind of will get everything. There are some beautiful ballads that will, make you want to cry. There's plenty of upbeat songs. And what's very interesting is that the show has, because it's told in reverse, there's a lot of melodies that you hear over and over again that may be planted in the first act, but then you'll hear in the second act, sort of continuing that through line of memory and friendship.
Yeah, I like that. It goes along the reprise.
Yes. Rolling along.
Rolling along. Let's talk about Second Generation Theater because they're currently wrapping up their 10th season, right?
Yes.
How did the company get started?
So it's a fun connection to Merrily, which is a show about three friends. The company was founded 10 years ago by Kristen Bentley, Kelly Copps, and Aaron Lee Dandies, who were three friends and are three friends that met at the University at Buffalo in the theater department.
Oh, wow.
And they wanted to create a new theater company to just produce some exciting theater, and so it's been amazing to watch the story about three friendships 10 years later from when they began it.
And they started with Into the Woods,
Another
which
Sondheim
is
musical.
a Sondheim show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's
So
got a
full
whole
circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. How do you want the audience to feel when they're watching this?
Like Michael was saying, I think it's a lot of, you're reflecting on your own friendships. You're seeing where things have gone right, where things have gone wrong, where you're thankful, to have been in those friendships. I know that right now I've had quite the time for the past 2 or 3 years, and so my friends have been so integral to who I am right now. And I just want the audience to feel a sense of wonder, excitement, rumination on all of it. It's a really phenomenal show to sit down, watch, and say, all right, well, where am I in this? Where am I? How did I get to be here?
Very perspective.
Yes.
And I was at an event last night, and one of the keynote speakers said something that really touched me about friendships and looking at your circles. And he said, it's actually from Nipsey Hussle. When you look around your circle, if you see people that don't inspire you, that's not your circle, that's a cage.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh, that is
Say
good.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So with these group of characters and this dynamic friendship that they're figuring out, do they find friendship? Is this their circle, or do we find out that this isn't right? Because that's part of life, right? You outgrow people.
I mean, I kind of think it's twofold. It's the fact that people have these expectations of you to be a better person, to be who they know you to be. But then also you're making the choice not to do that, and how does that affect the three of them, and how does that affect the way things go forward? So it's very interesting to start at the end. In acting, we always say don't play the ending, but you literally are playing the ending. So you play the ending first, and it's heartbreaking to watch, you know, how jaded they begin or end, and then you go towards the beginning and you see how bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, full of wonder they are, and it's just a wild ride.
Alrighty. Oh, well, thank you guys so much for coming in. I'm excited. I want to see this
Yeah,
show.
please go.
I'd
Please
love to. And viewers, if you would like to purchase tickets or learn more about the show, visit shays.org or call the number right there on your screen. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you so much.